Your brown eyes come in 7 distinct types, each with secret benefits. We'll explore their pros and cons, especially the rare wolf eye amber. True amber eyes, a term often misused, are extremely scarce in humans. Despite its prevalence in animals like canines, many often misidentify amber as. But what truly sets these unique brown eye shades apart? True amber displays a solid, uniform, yellowish copper hue. How is this created naturally? This hue arises from a high presence of pheomelanin, a yellow-red pigment, and almost no eumelanin. It's a rare genetic quirk in humans where the iris's stroma is almost entirely free of dark pigment, preventing any muddiness. Experts believe these uncommon hues likely trace back to old genetic mutations. These continued within small, secluded European populations. Should you possess consistent golden yellow eyes? If no green ring appears, you're statistically one of the world's most uncommon brown eye holders. The secret benefit. This remains entirely evolutionary conjecture. Notably, predators, including wolves, frequently have amber eyes. Humans aren't equipped with a wolf's night vision system. This uncommon pigment arrangement visually distinguishes you from others in the animal kingdom. The drawback. People often find this eye color quite striking. Due to its rarity and animalistic quality, research into facial perception indicates individuals having truly amber eyes often appear more mysterious or daunting, especially next to softer, warmer espresso tones. The ash brown with its Tyndall effect. Sometimes brown eyes lack warmth. One distinctive shade is ash brown, often called slate brown. Its appearance is often misleading, resembling a brown eye seen behind a gray filter. The warm tones of cognac or honey shades are absent. This particular appearance results from the Tyndall effect deep within the iris. The melanin concentration resides deeper in the stroma, while more collagen obstructs the outer layer. Blockage. Light must traverse a denser medium prior to reflecting backward. This interferes with warm wavelengths, muting reds and yellows, thus presenting a cool, steely brown to the observer. The hidden benefit. Camouflage. This eye color presents as incredibly neutral. It doesn't clash with any skin or hair tones. It simply blends in. It's frequently observed in populations with considerably mixed ancestry, such as Eastern Europe, the Middle East, or Central Asia. It's genetic proof of 2 separate ancestries where light and dark eye genes blended flawlessly. Its drawback. This specific eye color often looks dull or flat in pictures because it doesn't reflect the warmer spectrum of light. It's a subtle beauty that truly requires close contact for full appreciation. The cognac, the red undertone. Genetically, things now become quite unusual. Have you noticed brown eyes that display reddish or coppery tones in sunlight? We identify this as the cognac or chestnut shade. Here, the second pigment, pheomelanin, begins to make its presence known. While eumelanin generates the brown, pheomelanin introduces yellow and red hues. In cognac eyes, the genetic formula includes a standard amount of brown melanin, but with a mutation spike that yields elevated levels of red pigment. This frequently correlates with the MC1R gene, the very gene family responsible for red hair and freckles. You don't have to be a redhead to have cognac eyes, but somewhere in your family tree, an ancestor likely carried those fiery characteristics. The hidden benefit. The advantage here involves vitamin D synthesis. The genetic pathway producing these reddish tones is often linked to skin types that generate vitamin D more efficiently in lower sunlight conditions. Your ancestors likely adapted by migrating from the equator, and your eyes carry a remnant of that journey. The drawback. Because you possess slightly less eumelanin than the obsidian types, you're more sensitive to UV radiation. You lack the built-in heavy-duty sunglasses, so protecting your eyes is more crucial than for your darker-eyed relatives. The russet and gold demonstrating the scattering effect. As melanin volume decreases, we enter the range of russet, or honey brown. This is where principles of physics take over. Recall how the sky appears blue due to Rayleigh scattering? Well, that very same effect occurs within your eyes. When the stroma contains less melanin, it becomes translucent. Light enters, strikes the collagen fibers, and scatters. In honey brown eyes, you find an ideal Goldilocks scenario. You have some melanin, yellow, light brown, blended with some blue scattering originating from the collagen. Yellow, plus a slight hint of blue, creates that rich, golden, almost metallic appearance. It is literally the intersection of light physics and human biology. The hidden benefit, the chameleon effect. Because this shade partially relies on light scattering, it responds highly to its surroundings. In a dimly lit room, they appear brown. In direct sunlight, the scattering activates, igniting them into a golden honey hue. You essentially have an integrated dimmer switch in your eyes that alters your look based on environmental light. The drawback. With great beauty often comes greater sensitivity. You're entering the medium-risk zone for photophobia, which is light sensitivity. You might discover yourself squinting on cloudy days when the sky is white and bright, something individuals with espresso eyes rarely experience. The obsidian, referred to as the ancient shield, often mistaken for black eyes. Physically, truly black eyes do not exist in humans. If you had zero iris structure, you'd experience a medical condition called aniridia. What you're seeing here is obsidian brown. This represents the heavy artillery of eye colors. In these eyes, the eumelanin concentration is so incredibly dense that it absorbs almost 99% of the light striking the iris. The stroma is saturated, allowing very little light to scatter back out, creating that velvety, bottomless appearance. Evolution doesn't expend energy-making pigment without purpose. This shade is humanity's original blueprint, having evolved in the hottest, most sun-drenched regions to function as high-grade biological sunglasses. The hidden benefit. This is the high-performance eye. Because the high melanin content so effectively absorbs stray light, individuals with obsidian eyes naturally struggle less with glare. You likely have superior visual acuity in exceptionally bright environments compared to your blue-eyed companions. There's also an intriguing theory concerning reaction speed. Several studies' research has pointed to a link between darker eye pigmentation and quicker motor task reactions, such as boxing, potentially stemming from quicker neural transmission speeds connected to melanin creation. The downside. You could perceive sensations more intensely. An initial research effort indicates a connection between the genes responsible for dark eye colors and a lower ability to endure physical discomfort relative to those with lighter eyes. Thus, despite your quicker reactions, an impact could potentially cause you slightly greater pain. Shade 2, the espresso shade. If we slightly reduce the density, we then find the espresso or coffee brown variety. This particular shade stands out as the most prevalent variant, yet it conceals a unique textural aspect. Given that the melanin isn't densely packed as it is in the obsidian shade, the iris's topography begins to emerge. One might observe tiny indentations or fine furrow lines. Far from being flaws, these are actually glimpses into the deeper stroma. The concealed benefit. Surprisingly, the notable advantage in this case could relate to alcohol resilience. A particular study originating from Georgia State University showed that individuals with dark brown irises statistically demonstrate greater sensitivity to alcohol, which means they become inebriated more quickly than those with blue eyes. What makes this a benefit? This characteristic naturally discourages excessive intake, as a study revealed that those with brown eyes statistically exhibited a lower likelihood of developing alcohol dependency since their systems provided an earlier cessation signal. However, the sole drawback manifests as an aesthetic concern, as you frequently require direct sunshine to truly reveal the intricate details of your eyes. Indoors, their appearance can seem flat, obscuring the intricate 3D crypt structure which is responsible for their beauty. Next is the starburst, also known as the genetic mosaic. We're talking about the graphic designer's brown eye, the starburst design. More than a color, it presents as a distinct pattern. A close look reveals a concentrated band of a dark brown hue surrounding the pupil. which then radiates outward with lines of gold, green, or hazel. Such a pattern is frequently an instance of central heterochromia. It develops as the melanocytes lose their intensity midway through the iris's formation in the womb. These cells concentrate pigment in the center with melanin. However, as the iris extends outward, the pigment's distribution diminishes, resulting in a lighter outer ring. The concealed advantage, which is a focus hack, is how this design produces an enchanting bullseye visual. Given that the human brain inherently detects contrast, when others look your way, their concentration gets channeled straight to your pupil. This causes your eye contact to appear considerably more intense and captivating than for someone possessing a uniform eye color. You're naturally predisposed to command attention. The downside. The primary negative aspect here is confusion. You will probably spend your entire life in discussion with others concerning the real shade of your eyes. Are they brown or perhaps green? Or are they hazel? A clear reply will be elusive, due to you being quite literally a genetic hybrid, genetic destiny and final thoughts. Therefore, how exactly did you acquire your particular shade? This can be traced back to a minuscule segment on chromosome. The key regulator is a gene named HERC2. Imagine it as a volume control. When HERC2 boosts the volume, you end up with obsidian or espresso eyes. If the volume is lowered, honey or hazel hues will appear. What this means is that every brown-eyed individual inherently operates with a melanin volume tuned to a subtly varying decibel. Should you have brown eyes, it's not simply a color you own. You hold a multifaceted atmospheric layer. This provides a protective barrier which permitted your ancestors to endure the equatorial radiation. Furthermore, you possess a unique arrangement of crypts and furrows that remains mathematically one of a kind throughout all of cosmic history. Thus, proceed to examine yourself in a mirror, gently use a flashlight, and then inform me which of these 7 particular hues is truly staring back at you. I review every single comment, so please inform me below if you have the scarce starburst or the standard espresso type. Furthermore, if you acquired any new insights regarding your facial features today, click the like button. It aids this channel more than you might realize. Imagine. I'll catch you in the next video.